Hello everyone and welcome to Tuesdays with Titans. Today we have with us the Titan of Governance. We have with us Mr. Rajiv Ranjan Mishra, who is a senior leader of the water industry and known for his contributions in the water governance and urban water development in India. Mr. Rajiv Ranjan Mishra is the former Director General of National Mission for Clean Ganga, where he played pivotal role in shaping various landmark policies and development of water-sensitive urban designs. He is a known author and a researcher who is known for his book on Ganga. So let's hear from the Titan himself. So please tell us about your journey, your association in the water sector, your contributions in the sector, especially framing so many policies and initiatives. So we'll be happy to hear.
Thank you so much. See, when we started our career as a field administrator, we looked at water as a kind of service which people want, and people suffer from lack of drinking water in the villages. So the idea was to formulate drinking water schemes, make it healthy, and then reach out to them. Later on, at the state government level, I had a chance to be head of water resource department, and then again our perspective was trying to formulate new projects and then reach out water to the irrigation fields. And the perspective is water is a resource. In this, you also look at the policy of coordinating with other departments, policy of getting clearances, policy of getting land for it, and then we were in a position to make some very unique R&R policy as well as the land acquisition policy with consent to avoid litigation. So I think that was a very, very innovative policy work. But this perspective underwent lot of change when I came to National Mission for Clean Ganga. I had learned project management, I had done it, I was able to do it very fast here, but the river was a very different thing now. It was not just a source of water, it had life in it, it had biodiversity, it had a very different way to look at things from the river's perspective, how to conserve a river, how to manage a basin with different types of challenges. So perhaps from a small perspective of looking at water as a kind of crisis management, I moved to understanding water, learning about it, and looking at it from the ecosystem point of view, and developing policy and governance mechanism to conserve this entire ecosystem, not just piecemeal one or two projects.
Right, sir. So you said, sir, here the governance was entirely different. So being the Director General of the National Mission for Clean Ganga, so what were some key challenges, if you see from the governance side, what were the key challenges or the gaps you found, and how did you overcome those challenges?
When you look at river Ganga and its entire basin, the challenge comes from its vastness. And you deal with all kinds of departments. If you say who are the stakeholders, almost everyone becomes a stakeholder in utilizing river Ganga or conserving river Ganga, or even bringing challenges to river Ganga. So I think it is not very easy to govern such kind of thing where people of all kinds and all perspective and all priorities, sometimes different priorities, are working. So what helped us, one thing was a kind of basin approach. So you had a kind of basin management plan given by the IITs, but institutional development was very important. So we came up with a kind of authority notification in 2016. That was a great policy work which brought delegation to the NMCG, given the right kind of power to speed it. So I think that institutional development also, I can tell you, we have a kind of connecting thread from National Ganga Council headed by Prime Minister to District Ganga Council headed by the District Magistrate. So I think a kind of unified thread was there with different kinds of forums to coordinate, to make effective implementation of the programs and activities at the field level, thinking, planning at national level, implementing at the field level. So this became a very, very important tool to actually speed it up. And later on we had a kind of district Ganga committees which also helped us a lot. So several institutional reforms, several policy level changes actually made it happen.
Sir, under your directorship, NMCG formulated a model policy document for reuse of treated wastewater. And how do you see the dissemination and further implementation and usage of that policy which was formulated while you were the DG that time?
very important area, and I am happy to tell you, when we started the national framework for reuse of treated water, one major thing was, I said treated water, not wastewater. So, and Water Digest was a partner in this whole exercise. So, we started a consultation with multiple stakeholders. So, state governments, experts, different ministries, Environment and Forest Ministry, CPCB, and somehow this was something which was in some way accepted by different stakeholders. And you can understand, we came up with this policy framework, but this process of 2 years of making of this framework was perhaps more important and very effective, because we were sharing the draft framework and many state governments were actually making their own state policies. So now if you reflect upon last 4 to 5 years, you have got more than a dozen states with the policy. Several states are very actively working on developing their policy. So this is one part. We also developed a center of excellence on reuse, set up in TERI, triggered by NMCG. So that has also come a long way. They have got several projects and they are working with several state governments and even ministries. Like they are doing some work for reuse in textile industry. So I think several things are happening. So primarily we have moved on the policy front. We have moved on upon projects, like we have Mathura project in Namami Gange, but several projects are there in the country now where reuse has been done. It has become a source of revenue for the municipal corporations, many places. You have got center of excellence. So primarily on policy, on technology, on behavioral change aspects, several aspects we have moved on, and then NIUA is using its River City Alliance Forum to promote reuse among the member cities. They have also developed some toolkit to develop a reuse plan for a city. So in several ways we have moved on, and then I see a lot more acceptability. Bangalore has been in news for water crisis recently, and you must be hearing a lot of efforts are going on to look at this treated water as a kind of resource and to rejuvenate the lakes, to use it for different kinds of purpose.
Can you elaborate on multi-sectoral integrated framework which you have created as part of various programs?
See, in 2014, when this Namami Gange mission was announced by Honorable Prime Minister, it was referred as an integrated mission for conservation of river Ganga and its tributaries. At that point of time, I was Joint Secretary in Ministry of Environment and Forest looking after it. So I have seen little bit of pre-Namami Gange days as well as when Namami Gange was launched. So that was the time we were looking at what exactly is the meaning of this integrated mission, and then we looked at the Ganga River Basin Management Plan given by the IIT Consortium, and we came up with certain components which are by now very popular and very well known: Aviral Ganga, Nirmal Ganga. Then we actually reflected at that time that what has happened in the past and how we can do it better. We had two challenges. We have to do it fast because there is a lot of backlog, and we should not do it in the same manner because again you will fail. Because we realized that lots of STPs which were constructed earlier were not in a condition to work. So we had to do something different. So we had to do it better. So we had to look at long-term operation and maintenance being part of the project. We tried to bring private enterprise by making hybrid annuity model so that performance will be assured. We will not pay for construction, we will pay for the performance. And then we also improved governance by bringing one city one operator concept for the larger cities. So try to bring some accountability and better delivery. We were also trying to take help of the other missions like Swachh Bharat mission and some of the Amrut mission, which are also complementary. Other aspect was Aviral Ganga, which is very important. A river is not a river if there is no flow. So that's a very simple thing, but most difficult thing to implement, because how you bring back flow. So I think that was a challenge, but we tried to work on the environmental flow, we tried to work with the wetlands, we tried to also look at agriculture and look at the water use efficiency aspect. So I think the whole lot of multiple stakeholders you deal with through Aviralta, through Nirmalta, and then primarily you also, in the process we also thought that without people it will not work. So we started several programs for bringing people into this to improve people river connect. So this is the way this whole multi-sectoral arrangements were looked at. The whole program was designed, and then implemented.
So if I talk about Namami Gange project, over 20,000 crore rupees were funded towards Namami Gange project in 2014-15 for 5 years, and again in 2023 to 26 there were another funding of 22,500 crores. So how do you think that, how far have we come as far as cleaning of river is concerned, and how far we still are when it comes to seeing a cleaner Ganga?
So it's a big change, I can tell you. I mean, the impact has been huge, because I have seen prior to Namami Gange, our annual outlay used to be something like 200 to 400 crore, variable. Now it brought a major change by a kind of assured funding for the mission of 20,000 crore to start with, and then again supported. So what happened, a very large number of projects could be planned in a holistic manner. So we took all over river and then sanctioned projects. So now you have come to a stage where something like 38,000, 39,000 crore worth projects have been sanctioned. Almost 465 projects. They are not all on the sewerage sector. They are different type: riverfront, sewerage, industrial projects, wetlands. All kinds of projects are there. The major investment has gone into the sewerage sector. Almost 32,000 crore worth investment have gone there. A very large number of projects have been completed. More than 260 projects have been completed. So the impact is visible. Almost 4,500 crore, 4,500 kilometers worth sewer network have been completed. Something like 3,000 MLD capacity would have already been created. I am giving you some approximate number. But the impact is, if you see the impact in terms of the clean river fronts and cleaner water and ask people about it, I think that has also improved. You can see a much cleaner river front. But another measure of success or impact is, someone very rightly told me, if you want to see whether river is clean, whom should you ask? You should ask the fish, you should ask the aquatic life. If they are happy, that means river is happy. So I think one indicator also comes, I think there are several indicators coming, that the population of Gangetic dolphin is improving. Scientifically, they are being sighted more often. They are being sighted at the new places also. So that means that population is thriving. The impact of all these things is certainly going into that. Flow also has improved. So there is a kind of impact which has reached water, which has also reached the field level. So people feel that impact is there. The challenge will be how to sustain this impact. Cleaning is not one-time business. Like we clean our river, clean our house every day, you have to also keep your river clean. So it's not cleaning river, it's basically cleaning our cities, cleaning our villages, cleaning our houses. So I think that's something which is very important, and that impact which we have received gives us a hope that we have built up enough system to actually continue to do it. The commitment of government to support it again with 22,500 crore for 5 years is clear indication that this particular mission is getting the kind of right kind of policy and financial support from the government, and also acceptance in the public.
As we come to the end of the interview piece, I would request a message for the viewers of WD News and the readers of Water Digest.
Now when you think of water security, the readers of Water Digest, the whole team, everyone is a partner. And then we have to start with respecting water, conserving water in our daily life. Not that everyone gets a chance to construct a plant, but everyone has a chance to do something positive for water, not to make things dirty, because if we keep on making things dirty, then who will keep on cleaning it? So I think each one of us can contribute, each one of us can be hopeful, each one of should respect water, and we should not only river, we should also do our duty. Typically in Hindi भी से आस्था से काम नहीं चलेगा, आस्था के साथ साथ कर्तव्य भी करना है. So I think that should be the message, and we all can conserve water. We all can contribute to the water security by contributing, by doing the right thing for water, by respecting water. So, and another thing is be hopeful. When I had joined, several people said that nothing much will happen, but we are seeing some positive change. So all of us, if we join, task is huge, but no task is bigger if everyone joins hand and everyone has a faith in themselves and then contribute. Thank you.